I'd like to show you a way to learn your number bonds visually. I'll start off with, here's the number 5. You recognize this from when you're playing with dice. There's the number 6. See? It's 1 plus 5. There's the number 7, 2 plus 5. There's the number 8, 3 plus 5. There's the number 9. You see the 4. So you start to recognize the numbers. That's a 5. That's a 6. And you recognize it's a 6 because it's a 5. And then there's the 1 beside it. This is a 7. So you can see it's a 5 with a 2 beside it. This is an 8, which is a 5 with a 3 beside it. And this is a 9, 5 with a 4 beside it. So you're starting to look at numbers in terms of fives. So that's a 5 with nothing beside it. So you can see now that's a 6. So as soon as you see the 1 beside the 5, you say 6. As soon as you see the 2, that's a 7. That's an 8. And that's a 9. So it's just basic recognition. So when you see then 5 plus 5, automatically you know that's a 10. 5 plus 5 is 10. Okay, let's start doing some additions then. So there's 5. So if I add 5 to 6, well, you can see that the two middle 5s give you a 10. So you're left with 11. So 5 plus 6 is 11. See the 1 there? The 10 plus the 1. Okay, so if I go 5 plus 7, 5 plus 7, you see the 2 out there, I know that the 2 5s give me the 10 and 2 is 12. 5 plus 8, we know it's an 8 because of the 3 there beside it. Put them together, you see that's going to give you the 10 and 3 is 13, so 5 plus 8 is 13. You're beginning to see it now, I hope. Okay, now if I ask to add 5 and 9, well, you know the 9 has the 4 beside it. So when you put them together, the two middle ones give you 10 and 4 is 14. So 5 plus 9, you look at the 4 there, it's going to give you 14. Now I have a 6. And if I add a 6 to a 7, that's a 7 because you can see the 2 beside the 5. So if I add those two together, you can see, look at the outside ones add up to 3, don't they? So 6 plus 7, 6 plus 7 gives you 13. The 1 on the 2 on the outside, see that? That's going to give you 3. That's 13. Now adding 6 and 8, you can see that's a 5 and a 3 is 8. And when you put them together, you can see 1 and 3 is 4. So 6 plus 8 has to be 14. Now if I'm adding a 9 to the 6, I can see the outside ones add to 5. So 6 plus 9 is 15. 6 plus 9, so the 2 in the middle give you the 10, and the 4 and 1 is 5. Now I'm adding a 7. A 7 plus an 8. So you're looking at the outside now. See, the two outside ones will give you 5, won't they? So 7 plus 8 have to give you 15. The 10 and the 3 and the 2 gives you 15. So 7 plus 9, look at the outside ones, because you know the two middle ones give you the 10. So the two outside ones give you the 6. So 7 plus 9 has to be 16. Bang. 2 and 4 is 6. Okay. So now adding an 8, here's 8, 3 on the outside. And if I add 8 and 9, you can see the two middle ones give me the 10 and the two outside ones add up to 7. So the 8 and 9 is 17. Very clear. 8 and 9. Two middle ones give you the 10. So look at focus on the two outside ones. That'll give you 7. So 8 and 9 is 17. So let's do a few questions. So if I'm looking at 5 plus 6, so there's my 5 and there's my 6. Concentrate on the outside one, so that has to be, that's a 1, isn't it? And the two middle ones give you the 10, so that's 11. 5 plus 7, so that's a 2 on the outside, and the two middle ones give you the 10. That's a 3 on the outside, when 5 plus 8 is 13. 5 plus 9, there's the 9, with the 4 on the outside, is 14. Now, we'll add a 6 to a 7. Now look at the two outside ones are going to give you 3, and the two middle ones will give you 10. So I'm going to go 6 plus 8. Well, the two outside ones will give you the 4, the two middle ones will give you the 10. Next, 6 plus 9. See, the two outside ones give you the 5, and the two inside ones give you the 10. Let's add 7. 7 plus 8. Put the two 5s in the middle. So those give you the 10. Look at the outside ones will give you a 5, and the two inside ones give you the 10. What about 7 plus 9? Look at the two outside ones. They'll give you the 6, won't they? 7 plus 9 is 16. So what about 8 plus 9? Look at the two outside ones. What do they give you? They give you the 7, so 8 and 9 is 17. So let's do a few questions now. So I'm adding 5 and 6. So there's my 5, and I'm adding that to my 6. Look at the two outside ones. 5 and 6, that's just a 1 there, isn't it? Which is 11. This is now a 6. This is the 6 plus the 7, that's the 7. Look at the two outside ones. That's going to give you a 3 on the outside, so that must be 13. 7 plus 8. Well, there's my 7, and there's my 8. Look at the two outside ones. They're going to give you a 5, and the two inside ones give you your 10. And the next, that's the 5 there. Nothing there. So what are the two outside ones? 3, so 8 plus 5 must be 13. Let's do a few more questions. So what do we have here? What's that? 6, of course. What's that? That's a 7. Look at the two outside numbers. They add to give you 3, don't they? So the answer has to be 13. Okay, so let's take this away and let's put this in. Now that's not a 7 anymore. What is that? That's an 8. That's definitely a 6. And you can see the two outside ones will give you 4. 1 and 3 is 4. Very good. So if I'm asked what's 7 plus 8, well, what is 7? Well, you know what 7 is because it has the 2 added to the 5. And what's the 8? The 8 has 3 added to the 5. So you look at the two outside ones, and they're going to give you a 5, so you definitely know that's a 5. And the two inside ones give you the 1. So 7 and 8 is 15. So finally, I'd like you to get used to recognizing the numbers in terms of 5. So 5 and what? So 6 is 5 and 1. 7 is 5 and 2. 8 is 5 and 3. 9 is 5 and 4. And 10 is 5 and 5. So when you recognize the numbers in terms of 5 and something, then it's very easy to add them together. And so it's going to be very easy for you to remember your addition number bonds.